Everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant based diet going for yourselves today and then nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity, sending me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to Great Days. So today I'm going to talk on not trying to change other people um, because it doesn't always work out, and not to expect um, other people's acceptance, right? So let's get into this. Um, so you don't always want to expect another person's acceptance because it doesn't always happen this way, right? And this is pretty much like, don't look towards another person for your acceptance, right? You got to accept yourself, and you do this when you start to look more within yourself, right? You can't actually look towards another person and expect them to be able to fulfill whatever it is that you're looking for. You know, you need to. This is something that you need to do for yourself. So you can actually look towards another person and rely on them incomplete because it doesn't work out, right? You have to actually just expand your capabilities within yourself, and you got to understand to rely on yourself more often, right? So you got to increase your reliability, um, and not place it outside of yourself, but you got to actually develop it within you as an individual, and you got to know how to use it. You know, you don't want to look towards another person because you're gonna fall into an expectancy, and it might not work out, right? So you're only putting yourself in a kind of in a type of blockage, you know, of energy, or maybe when you're expecting something from another person and it doesn't happen, it can um, it can put you off, you know, which you don't want to rely on an expectancy to begin with. You don't want to rely on another person. You got to expand yourself, your capability, and you got to you can rely on yourself, right? This is what is needed, because look, expecting something from another person, it's only going to leave you binded, you know. And in order to actually liberate yourself and complete, it would be better if you are able to rely on yourself, you know, as an individual, and your capabilities, and getting whatever it is that you are needing for fulfillment done by yourself, right? Uh, because it's the same thing as like expecting and desiring something from somebody that is not a for sure thing. You know, you don't actually know if another person is going to be able to fulfill anything for you, but that's something that you got to do for yourself, right? So you got to go within yourself, and you got to understand what you got to develop within yourself in order to expand your capabilities to bring heightened states of fulfillment, right? Don't expect anything from other people, because it's not always going to work out like the way that you expect it to. You know, you can't really calculate it either, because there's too many factors, right? So you got to let it be. Try not to expect, try not to desire anything, because these two are poisons in the way that they bring you out of the inner kingdom, or your inner self, or your inner core, or your central being, right? Which is where truth is. Desire is like, when you desire something, it's pretty much implying that you don't already have that, right? Or you don't actually have whatever it is you're desiring. I desire $1 million. I desire women, whatever it is. You're only desiring that because you don't have it right here in this present moment. So this is why it is a poison, because it's bringing you out of what is truth, which is the present moment. And projecting yourself out of the present moment is illusory, and that's kind of like chasing your tail. Which it can probably be fun, because dogs enjoy chasing themselves, but they it kind of gets old, because there's deeper states of bliss to be experienced, and this comes not from desiring, but more from just accepting what is here and now, and this is also getting into expectancies, because desire and expectancies are pretty close. When you're expecting something, you're kind of it's kind of like the same thing as desiring, you know and you're only expecting it because you're looking for something that isn't already here in the present moment, right? So you're kind of projecting yourself into the future, which the future doesn't actually exist. So it's just a projection from the present moment, right? Past and future, uh, which are just conceptual, and we've given meaning to them, but they don't actually exist as realities. More so, it's just all here and now, and and you don't want to expect anything from another person further, because you're going to be looking towards that person, and you're going to be expecting something from them, right? And you're going to be putting yourself out of the present moment. You're going to be coming out of your truth and your liberation, which comes from the present moment, right? Because the past and future are very entangling, and because you're getting entangled in something that doesn't exist, right? So staying centered here in the now is the liberating move, or is the liberating thing to be doing. That's where liberation is. It's coming into the present moment, and dropping whatever it is that you have over entangled with. So do that for yourself, and you can actually come back into a kingship or into a godhood, right? So you stop desiring. Desire, I want to say, is literally desiring. It's bringing you out of your sire, or out of sire, right? Which I want to say maybe means king, or something along this type of lines. And this, they call it the inner kingdom, right? So you are the king of the inner kingdom, or you are the god of the temple, or whatever you want to call it, right? So desiring brings you out of the inner kingdom, because you're projecting yourself into something that you don't have, and you're kind of struggling in a will or in an effort to obtain that. But that's just something that you can use if you want, as a directional force. But in reality, you don't actually need that, and you can obtain to higher states of bliss here to now without actually willing yourself or efforting yourself into anything of a desire, which allows you to remain more reserved, like king, you know, or more in godhood, in deeper truths, right, with deeper knowledges and a deeper understanding and a higher consciousness, which comes from coming within the centeredness, right? So don't desire and don't expect, or don't place your expectancy in another person or reliabilities on another person, but rely on yourself first, and then work from there, you know. So accept what is right now, just let it be, right? Because that's the simplest way to deal with it. You can't actually effort yourself out of desiring either, because that's the same thing. You're still willing yourself or efforting yourself, which is a struggle, you know. So you just gotta let it be, whatever it is, and accept it, right? So no, don't expect, but just let it be. Okay. So I do thank everybody for watching once again. Peace out, one love, and have a great evening.